Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos receives a written message from the custodian of the two holy mosques handed to His Highness Said Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Saeed. The Shura Council approves money laundering and anti-terrorism draft law. The biggest of its kind in the Gulf region, the second seawater intake plant is launched at Sohar port. And Omani National Committee for Education, Culture and Science reveals that there are more than 4,500 Omani manuscripts in various sciences and arts. Live from the news center of the Sultanate of Oman television, here we present to you 7 o'clock news bulletin. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has received a written message from the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, related to Gulf American Summit due to be held in Riyadh this month. The message was handed to His Highness Said Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for the Council of Ministers, when he received today His Excellency Eid Mohammed At-Taqafi, Ambassador of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, accredited to the Sultanate, who also conveyed greetings of the custodian of the two holy mosques and his best wishes to His Majesty of continued success and for Omani people further progress and prosperity. Talks also covered strong relations between the two countries in addition to current situation in the regional arena and matters of mutual concern. His Highness informed the ambassador to convey greetings of His Majesty the Sultan to the custodian of the two holy mosques and his best wishes of continued success and for the Saudi people further growth and welfare. The Shura Council approved money laundering and anti-terrorism draft law during its today's session. The Council also discussed draft Arab agreement to organize organ transplant human tissues and the Arab agreement to prohibit and combat human cloning. Council members dwelt on a reply by the Minister of Health pertaining to providing some medicine necessary for children, a reply by the Minister of Manpower regarding employment of Omani English language lecturers at technology colleges, a reply by the Minister of Commerce and Industry on the contribution percentage of industrial estates in gross domestic product, and a reply by the Central Bank of Oman regarding cost of loans provided by the banks in the Sultanate. The Council also discussed the issue of numerous resignations of the Omani teachers and explanation of their reasons, and waiting for the reply by the Minister of Education on whether these resignations are true or not. Majis Industrial Services Company celebrated today the opening of the second seawater intake plant at Sohar Industrial Port in a ceremony held under the auspices of His Excellency Mohammed bin Salim Al Tobi, Minister of Environment and Climate Affairs. The second stage of the seawater intake plant, which cost 27,244,579 Omani Rials, comprises a sweet water pumping station, a chlorine production and plant, and an electricity distribution station. The plant meets the needs of the Orpik Sohar refinery expansion and Liwa plastic complex with about 127,000 cubic meters per hour. The total consumption by the companies that benefit from the second stage of the seawater intake plant stands at 338,000 cubic meter per hour. Committee of Continuing and Pricing Properties approved in its second meeting this year decisions of pricing 249 properties which were affected by the public benefit projects. The decisions included properties affected by Al-Batina Coastal Road Dual Carriageway, Bid Sur Dual Carriageway of Rustaq, project of Ibri Al-Driz, Maskin, and project of Mahla Ghubra Etam Ismaiya Road in the Wilaya of Dama wa Ta'in, in addition to other projects. More than 4,500 Omani manuscripts are available in the Department of Manuscripts of the Ministry of Heritage and Culture. This was revealed by a seminar on Arab Manuscripts Day, which was organized by the Omani National Committee for Education, Culture and Science. The seminar covered history and topics of Arabic manuscripts. The Sultanate is proud of its important and rare manuscripts such as Diwan of Imam Jabir bin Zayd, which is the first book written in Islam in the first Hijra century. The seminar came to highlight the importance of these precious manuscripts and dwelt on history and types of Omani manuscripts through work papers presented by Omani researchers. An exhibition was organized to acquaint with Arabic manuscripts through ages. It also includes a section narrating steps of restoration and renovation of damaged books and manuscripts. Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry organized today the Omani Sudanese Business Forum. The forum aimed to highlight the economic relations between the two brotherly countries and addressing the investment opportunities available in the two countries. During the forum, a number of working papers from both sides were presented. The working papers presented by the Sudanese side touched on the investment opportunities available in the agricultural and livestock areas in Sudan, whilst the papers of the Omani side touched on the opportunities available in the mining area in Oman. Bilateral meetings were held between the Omani businessmen with their Sudanese counterparts to discuss means of enhancing the trade cooperation relations. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and still to come in our news bulletin. 9,000 students conduct the test progress in International Reading Literacy Study, PIRLS. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The College of Banking and Financial Studies celebrated graduation of 177 male and female students from diploma and bachelor. The academic programs provided by the college enable students from gaining more than one education qualification at the same time through providing various choices in the levels of these studies by cooperations with a number of international universities. Theatrical performances of the 3rd Mazoon International Festival for Child Theatre continued at the Theatre of the College of Applied Sciences in the Wilaya of Rustaq at the Governorate of South Al-Batina amid wide interaction from those who are concerned in theatre, in which reflected the theme of it in this version, belonging and citizenship. The festival included a number of various theatre players with participation of Omani, Gulf and global artists. Acquainting with history and development of chemistry from legend to science were the main goals of chemistry exhibition for the students of College of Sciences at Sultan Qaboos University. The exhibition threw the light on the uses of chemistry in people's daily life and acquainting with the importance of chemistry at modern industries. It aimed to encourage for innovation and creativity, crime studies and ways of unveiling them to convince students judge with proofs and evidences fall under the umbrella of legitimacy chemistry. The exhibition also highlighted scientists who contributed in the development and enrichment of chemistry, like Jabir bin Hayyan, who developed an apparatus for distillation and manufactured non-flammable papers. Under the theme Ask Before You Sail, Royal Oman Police held a ceremony to celebrate Gulf Coast Guard and Border Guard Week. The week, its fourth edition, included a number of awareness programs for various society segments. Royal Oman Police gave awareness lectures in a number of schools in the Sultanate. This week came to emphasize on the importance of marine safety for seagoers and spread the culture of safe sailing. It also came to highlight the importance of activating precautionary and preventive procedures before sailing. Through its sea patrols, the Coast Guards distributed booklets to strengthen safety and security for seagoers. It is worth mentioning that the Coast Guard exert much efforts to protect offshore vital establishments and combat smuggling and infiltration processes. 9,000 male and female students from various governorates in the Sultanate conducted the test progress in International Reading Literacy Study Pearls. The study came with supervision of the International Association for the Evaluation of Educational Achievement according to international standards and controls determined for the study issue. The study included 6 literature and scientific texts of real stories of Omani heritage applied for students of Class 4. The study aimed to get close to the level of students' understanding for the reading text and work on developing and enhancing reading of students. Beside the reading test, 4 surveys were distributed for students, teachers, parents and manager of the school in order to collect information and school and home data related to reading activities. Within the endeavor of Public Authority for Radio and Television to expand and strengthen transmission of the Sultanate of Oman radio by its channels, General Radio, Youth Radio and Holy Quran Radio, to cover all parts of the Sultanate and to enable listeners to receive radio transmission in all governorates of the Sultanate with more clarity. Radio transmission from the new transmission station in the Wilaya of Yanqul, where the listeners of FM can receive general radio on 105.1 MHz, youth radio on 103.2 MHz, Holy Quran radio on 93.3 MHz. The data port in the governorate of Musandam witnessed an active movement after huge quantities of different types of fish were brought to the fish markets during the last 10 days. This period is considered the fishing season in the governorate, where the fisherman gets ready for this season through preparing fishing nets and cages. This huge quantity of fish in the market will contribute in enhancing the fishing sector, as the Daba market is considered one of the best to provide high quality fish. That was Daba Port. The Vocational Guidance Forum was organized by the Directorate General of Education in the Governorate of Ad-Dakhiliya. It witnessed a wide participation from the government and private educational institutions. It aimed to guide the students towards the right direction to choose appropriate and best specialization after they finished their general diploma education stage. For 3 days, the participating institutions will present their academic visions and specializations that will be available in the labor market during the upcoming period. Activities of Arab Orphan Day concluded in the Wilaya of Ibri in the Governorate of Al-Zahira with a wide participation from members of the society. It aimed to bring joy to orphan children's face in addition to deliver an awareness message to the society and the significance of government bodies in taking care of the orphans. The participants expressed that this day shows the love and care of the society towards orphan children. The Higher Education Institutions exhibition was held in the Wilaya of Ibra in the Governorate of North Sharqiya. The exhibition was considered an opportunity for the students to get acquainted to the higher education institutions as well as the programs and specializations, in addition to the mechanisms to get admission to those institutions through the Higher Education Admission Center. The participants expressed that such events help to clear the doubts and direct the students to make the appropriate choice for their future. And now for the general weather forecast. Clear, partly cloudy skies will prevail over the most governorates of the Sultanate, with chances of dust-raising wind on the governorates of Al-Buraymi, Al-Dhahira and Al-Wusta. Winds will be northwesterly light to moderate on most governorates and occasionally active over the coastal areas of the Sea of Oman and Musandam. Seas will be rough to moderate along the Sea of Oman and Musandam, with a maximum wave height between 2 to 3 meters. Rest of the coast, it will be slight to moderate with a maximum wave height of 1.5 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos receives a written message from the custodian of the two holy mosques, handed to His Highness Sayyid Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Saeed. The Shura Council approves money laundering and anti-terrorism draft law. The biggest of its kind in the Gulf region, the second seawater intake plant is launched at Sohar port. And Omani National Committee for Education, Culture and Science reveals that there are more than 4,500 Omani manuscripts in various sciences and arts. With that, we come to an end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here in the newsroom and the studio, it's good night.